I've arrived at Eddie's local farm shop in Cambridgeshire, and I'm due to meet him here. The car's just pulled up, so that's probably him now. We're meeting up with Charlie Hunter later, so the plan is we're going to go out. Eddie's promised some action on some golf courses, a couple of other farms that he's pretty convinced that we're going to see some foxes, no doubt a few rabbits as well.
Well, just met up with Rob. We've had a coffee just here in Cambridgeshire, where one of my shoots. It's a lovely farm shop. They've got problems with their turkeys at Christmas. The foxes keep coming in and taking them, so this is one of the shoots that I like to come to, keep the fox numbers down. We're also going to go to various other shoots tonight. We're going to do a few golf courses. Also, there's little bits of land where the gamekeepers are just putting their birds down, so we're going to have a little look there and see if we can get a fox on the ground or two. No matter how many foxes I shoot on my bits of land, especially here, they always are coming, always keep coming. You shoot 4 or 5, a week, and then next week there'll be number 4 or 5.
With that, we walked up above the farm shop to a field of standing wheat. On the headland, a couple of hares were enjoying the evening sun, so Eddie took the opportunity to familiarise himself with the Pulsar HD 19S thermal spotter, kindly on loan from Scott Country. Also out for a spin this evening was the brand new Icotec AD400 decoy, and within a couple of minutes of starting the caller there was movement in the wheat within a few feet of us. Unfortunately, the schoolboy camera error meant no footage, but before long we'd had a result.
Well, we've just been out, the crop's not been cut yet, so what we've done is we've put the cooler out, and it's the first time I've really been up here with the new cooler with the flapper on, and we just watched one fox literally go behind us, go through the corn. Rob saw the corn moving, took the camera off the cooler because we saw the corn moving and thought it was a better shot, and as he was recording there, I looked back at the cooler, and lo and behold, a fox just ran straight past the cooler. Positive bit of feedback for the Icotec team, because watching that flapper go round and a fox knowing where it is instead of just hearing a noise and not smelling it, because a fox will go on 3 things, obviously scent, sight and sound.
Before meeting up with Charlie Hunter, Eddie drove us to a small permission for a quick look round. No foxes presented themselves, but we did get a fleeting glimpse of a muntjac, and Eddie was able to observe it moving within the trees with the Pulsar thermal. We weren't out for muntjac this evening, so we just observed, and as the sun set, headed off to meet up with Charlie Hunter and to find some foxes. Arriving at our first permission, it wasn't long before a bark from the GC350 got the attention of our first fox, but he wasn't playing ball. Very shortly after, we spotted fox number 2, and he too wasn't in the mood to play, though did allow us to observe him with a night sight spotter. But at around 180 yards he wasn't standing long enough for a safe shot.
So we've come to another permission, and we've seen first fox was pulled in, and he's just ran straight away. We've gone up the track a little bit further, we've called in another fox, and he's come all the way around us. Got some good footage of him coming in, but unfortunately, because there's 2 or 3 of us tonight, he's winded us and he's done a runner, so no fox on this permission. We're off to another permission now, so better luck at that one, I
think. Moving on to a neighbouring permission, the first golf course, we set up the decoy on the fairway and started to call. But no joy. Plenty of rabbits, just no fox. With no shortage of land to cover, we hit the road again and arrived on a fresh cut stubble field. Scanning with the thermal, Eddie soon spotted a likely target. And swapping over to the lamp, we soon picked up eyeshine at around 140 yards. Eddie took up position behind the rifle, and when an opportunity presented itself, delivered a textbook shot. We were off the mark and fox number 1 was in the bag.
We've come into the field, had a little scan around with the thermal imager, started giving it a call, and obviously it started coming towards us. We knew it might be a fox. We then red lighted the fox just to give it 100% ID. We knew it was a fox, and came into about 127 yards and shot it with a 223. One shot straight in the chest and went down.
Neighbouring this stubble patch was a golf course where Eddie and Charlie also have permission to shoot. And with me now behind the rifle, it wasn't long before they'd found me a fox.
So we're just on the second golf course of the night, having picked up the first fox just on the outskirts of the course, just driving around and spotted this young lady. Probably first picked her up, I don't know, what, 150 yards out, calling from the truck, and she came in a bit like a train really. Shot, it wasn't the most challenging shot in the world, probably only 50, 60 yards at most. Shot with the 17 Remington Fireball. I won't show you the damage, but it was fairly conclusive.
By now it was around 3 AM, and with an early start ahead of him, Charlie Hunter begged that we stop for the night and headed back to civilization. But not one for giving up, Eddie continued spotting with the thermal and soon picked up another likely heat source. But on closer inspection under a lamp, it was another munty minding its own business.
So we finished the night off. We've been around 3 missions tonight. We blanked on the first one. The second one I shot the dog fox, and the third one Rob shot the vixen. Been a great night. We've used the Icotech coolers and the mouth coolers and the hand coolers, and we successfully took these 2 foxes out of the equation so they're not eating chickens and messing everywhere. So thanks a lot, Rob, for coming down, and good big thanks to Charlie Hunter, who's my shooting partner, who's doing a lot of the filming tonight and a lot of the lamping. It's been great having you down here, so hopefully I'll see you again soon.
So that was that. With 2 in the bag, we headed back to Eddie's to call it a night. But not without one last look in a field on the way.
Well, it's as foxing goes. We just dropped off Charlie Hunter in his house, and we've just come back to where we're staying tonight. And on the way back, of course, I've got one of the fields nearby the house, so I thought I'd have a quick look in. Saw 3 sets of eyes, and lo and behold, another dog fox. So that's foxing for you.